everybody's wondering, what are they playing?
Mm-hmm.
We know that Simon is playing some kind of shop build with the 4 workshops and 1 strip mine,
mulligan.
because it's an Atlantic rules. And in this format, it's allowed to play. I think it's Fallen Empire, where you have the Hum-Tutorak and the Pump Knights, and those are also very, very powerful cards. And it's going to be very interesting to see if Simon's opponent are playing any cards from the added
Good,
series.
or do you want me to do the 1, 2, 3 thing?
No, it's okay.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And it looked like that dog took a mulligan.
Okay, I will keep this one.
And he's keeping it,
that on the bottom.
putting a card on the bottom of his deck. Martin, are we streaming live also?
Yeah, we are streaming live.
Yeah, okay.
And Simon is also being my host, so yeah, everything looks good on the stream so far. And we have 3 viewers. Good on the stream so far.
And we see Simon starting, and
Try the Ancestral.
okay, Ancestral Recall. Because Simon talked about one of the earlier days that
Make sure to keep your hand back.
being
Yeah, I didn't see anything
able to
yet,
play the
but it
4
was-
workshops and not always getting them is a bit painful, because the deck is built around them. So
It's fine.
and when it's a new format and you're not used to playing 4 workshops, it's sometimes hard to get the right mana base
Now I'm not hoping that the Pump Knights will come.
to support the deck. And we'll see if Simon can pull it off this match.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play out.
And his opponent, Doug, is playing a Swan, so you would assume that he's playing at least Hum-Tutorak in his deck.
But Simon actually got a very, very strong start. Very strong, actually.
Yeah, he did, because he got the Ancestral Recall, and now probably a Juggernaut or a Shuchi or a Icy.
Yeah.
It's a Shuchi. And the problem with Shuchi in this format is that if you get the 4 mana from Shuchi when it dies,
you get the mana
if
burn.
you're not able to use it, you get mana burn.
Yeah.
And now his opponent is at 3 mana. Maybe a Hypnotic Spectre is going to hit.
Oh, Stone Rain.
No, it's a Land Destruction.
Oh, it's Stone Rain.
Yes. Yeah, so he could be playing maybe a Land Destruction deck. And you would know that he's not having the Sinkhole in hand, because he would have used it the turn before. But
yeah, this one will attack.
I can't really see
16.
what Simon plays. Oh, he has 2 cities.
Yeah, it's 2
so now
cities,
he's
yeah.
got the Tower's Coffin.
Go.
And if he gets to untap, he can save his Suchi from being killed at any time. And he can take his opponent's creatures out and remove from game.
But right now, Doug is on. Is on big pressure. He needs to do something about.
Yeah, but he just
Simon's
did.
board. Yeah, Rokkjær.
Yeah, but he just did with the Rokkjær.
Yeah.
And I'm maybe if.
And it's.
If he attacks and his opponent blocks with the Rokkjær and it's a token, I think he can remove it with the Coffin, and when the Coffin untaps, the token doesn't come back into play.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if that's what happens, but I think it is. And I don't think that his opponent is aware of it. But I think that Simon is.
What card is that?
That's the Abyss.
Sorry,
Oh, it's the Abyss. Oh,
yeah. So that's also a way to get rid of the token.
So end step, make a rook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Upkeep.
And the token dies.
Yeah, there's not much to do there. So yeah, it was. It's good for Simon.
Play a factory.
Yeah, but those factories aren't a problem, because Simon, he can just remove the one that wants to block the Suchi.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You take one last turn from the city?
Probably not, though.
So
guessing
Simon
I
has
used it.
not drawn the workshop
Yeah.
yet. But he's at 5 mana and you'd assume
I'll try to attack anyways.
his mana count that he wants to get at is 6, so he can play cards like Triskelion and Tetravus and yeah, the big guys.
Mm-hmm.
I will no blocks.
Okay.
But I would
Go.
think that his opponent would be playing
turn?
Shatter or Detonate maybe in the sideboard or maybe
Yeah,
even Blood Moon.
he definitely or probably has some artifact removal or something.
But I'm very curious that I think also he plays the Nibbles disc because
I will Stone
the
Rain
Rook
your
eggs often
Stone Rain.
goes good together with the disc.
Right. It's another Stone Rain. Okay.
Yeah, and Simon has a problem now
and
because
factory.
I know that he can use his Chaos
Attack
Orb
for 3.
if he thinks it's necessary.
Okay.
But you would
Yeah,
assume
we're
that
both playing
Doug
land destruction.
plays the Nibbles disc, and if he gets to explode it, Simon is left with only 2 City of Brass.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Simon
a
can
strong play if he
Yeah.
is gonna do that.
Yeah, but Simon could, in response, he could remove the
Down to
Suchi
8.
with the coffin, and when the coffin gets destroyed, the Suchi should come back into play.
Oh, so you can save it like that way. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy artifact on the Suchi.
Yeah,
He has a lot of pressure now.
but I think I would have copied the. Yeah, okay, he can kill his opponent the next turn if he doesn't do anything. But otherwise, I think that also the Chaos Orb would have been a strong play because then he would be able to destroy his opponent's mountain and factory and leave him with only 2 black mana.
Right.
And then he would be cut off from red and has no creatures. Okay, so now
Oh, strip mine. Okay.
if he had done the copy artifact on the
Animate. Good game.
the Chaos Orb, he would have been able to destroy 3 lands.
Yeah. All right. That's game.
Yeah. So
But
Simon wins 1.
It kind of seemed hard for Doug to
Land
get back from
destruction,
that
I did not like.
that start that Simon had. Like it was really strong, and he just had all the control. So So-
But if Simon hadn't drawn the copy artifact, maybe a Maze of If could have been a good card from Doug to play. So let's see what he can sideboard against Simon.
The question is what
But I'm pretty shocked that he didn't get to play a Hymn to Torak. He only played like 2 Stone Rain and 1 Rook Egg, I think.
yeah,
That's about
Stone
it.
Rains and Rugek. That's kind of all what we saw basically, and then of
Yeah.
course the factories basically. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You would think he's playing some kind of Disco Troll deck.
could be.
But it's hard for Simon to know because he didn't see anything other than the land destruction. I don't think Simon's so worried about the land destruction because if he gets the workshop, he's going to have a very very quick start, and Doug just can't sit around trying to destroy lands when he's getting beaten by a Juggernaut or a Suchi.
Yeah, I agree. But it's gonna be interesting if we're gonna see more of Doug's deck besides the Stone Rains and the Rugeg. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen in this next game.
Yeah. And it's always difficult to sideboard. That's one of the hardest things in Magic.
Yeah, I actually saw you guys talk with Alban, and
Yeah.
it was very interesting when you guys talked about like the sideboarding, like
So far,
especially
so
when
good.
like you're
I'm
testing decks.
2-0 right now.
Like when you're
How about
play
you?
testing a new deck or
I'm 1-1.
something, like what really means a lot is when you actually do the sideboarding, because also what you said about like
Still hanging on.
it's
to the
hard
dream.
since like you're gonna like change your deck's synergy, so it really depends. Are you gonna ruin your deck with the cards you take out and put in due to what he sideboards in and
Yeah.
out? So it was very interesting, and I actually played with Rasmus
There
today,
was more than one
and
loss would be
did the sideboarding and
acceptable by the end.
and all that kind of stuff, and kind of find out what works and what didn't work. So yeah, it was interesting, and I'm definitely gonna do more games where we don't like only play with no sideboarding. So yeah,
And also, I think that
Yes.
Alban made a great point that he said that
it's-
a lot. He talked to a lot of
it's the
players
Rokkjær
who
and
copied his
we have
list
to play
and
it on the
saying
side.
that they didn't get the same results as he did
yeah.
with the deck. And like Alban said, well, you have to not to play without mistakes.
Yeah, excuse
You
me a
have
second.
to
Baby
sideboard right.
Yeah. No problem.
You have to know.
I'll just sit here with.
Sometimes what your opponent is playing, and sometimes calculate which card to counter and which cards to let resolve, and that's something that's very difficult.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a blue player, uh, the strategy of countering.
Mhm.
But I think that's true for all decks, because if you play an aggro deck, we saw Nikolai Herring play the other day, and both Simon and I were commentating.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I
both
saw that
Simon
game.
and I said that he should take the Black Vice out,
Yeah,
because his opponent was playing a fast deck as well.
Right.
But Nikolai didn't, and he won. So Simon and I made the wrong call.
Mhm.
And if we were playing Nikolai's deck, we maybe have lost because we didn't do it. So just because you think you know a lot about Magic, sometimes the person that's playing a deck, he knows it much more because he's played
Do you
a
want
lot
to
of
cut?
more matches and has the experience.
it's
But
good.
that doesn't always mean that just because you have experience that you make the right calls. Because if you
And I'm
are,
guessing that you want
I
to
would
start.
call it a deck
I will
hopper.
go first, please.
It's a person that
Okay.
plays many different decks. You it's hard to get a feeling
6, 7.
for the deck, how it's played the best way. So
will
you
keep
have
it.
to be a really, really
I will keep
good
on.
player to just pick up any deck and just
Badlands.
being able to play it to its
Solar Ring,
maximum.
pass.
That's really hard.
Yeah. All right, so they started.
Library.
Library from Simon and Land Soaring from Duck.
Yeah, let's see how long that library survives. I'm giving
Yeah.
it max 2 turns because Doug's playing land
And
destruction.
as long as the next
Yeah.
card isn't the Stone Rain,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
good.
Yeah, and Simon even mentioned it. So yeah.
But at least Simon gets to draw 1 card. And I think it's maybe it's even bait to play a workshop the turn after.
Could be, yeah. But either way, he needs to get rid of the library. It's like.
But if Doug has a swamp and he has both the Stone Rain and the
Blood Moon.
okay, that's
Oh.
even better.
Wow.
better.
That's also a problem.
Damn.
Response?
I
I think
Simon
I'll draw
draws
a
a card
card.
in response, but yeah,
Good choice.
that's
Yeah.
tough.
Wow.
Now the workshops are just mountains. But the good thing for Simon is that this doesn't really
Swamp, yeah.
house or destroy his deck, because
Yeah. He's playing a lot
most
of
of the cards in his
artifacts.
deck are artifacts. And
Right,
Simon
right.
and I even talked about before
means
this
they don't
match
really
that
do nothing now.
he had the workshop.
Yeah.
We even talked before this matchup that you could even build a workshop deck with the Blood Moon in your main deck, because if you can
Discard
get
a
an
card.
big artifact out and play the Blood Moon the turn after, you're pretty much screwed maybe your opponent's mana.
Yeah.
I'll play a mountain.
So I don't think that for Simon this is the worst thing. And it looks like he has a lot of
I
mana.
will also.
Yeah.
Play
Oh, another
Okay,
workshop.
he has double.
Alright.
So
Oh,
finally
yours are more
Simon
expensive
gets
now.
the workshops, but can't use them the way they're meant to.
Swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A question from Team Giant Spider. It's probably Jasper, but no,
Him?
I'm not playing in the Summer Derby.
And it's 2
Unfortunately,
cards
so maybe next time.
Yes.
So, yeah.
1, 2.
I'm
3,
playing in the
4,
Summer
5,
Derby.
6,
It was
7.
a last minute decision because I think it
3
can be tough
and,
to organize
5.
matches with someone from the States because there's the huge time difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
So
Doug
that's,
played the hymn tutorial,
Triskelion?
so I think he's
And an Underground Sea.
pretty good ahead right now. Yeah,
Pass.
and one thing that I also think that's tough playing this kind of format with I think it's Fallen Empire
Then one
is
more
that
overpriced.
there are a lot of cards that you're not used to, so your sideboard should maybe be different than you're used to playing it. And
for a sushi.
also
Go.
the fact of mana burn, because now Simon has the Suchi on the table,
Yeah.
and
Your hall.
if it gets destroyed, Simon gets
You
4
mount.
damage.
Go ahead.
So that's tough, losing a creature and getting 4 damage in the same for one spell, yeah. And
Yeah.
also I think that mana drain's a problem,
Overpriced
because
mountain also.
even though you counter
Attack.
a fireball, if you if you
16.
can't use the mana, you die to the fireball anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's tricky. That's a tricky
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the part of mana burn,
No.
but I like
yeah.
the.
But
I
it's
like,
but be honest, because it takes out one of your favorite cards.
no, not really, because
Switch isn't your favorite
it's-
card?
I will demonic
no,
tutor.
it's not my
Oh,
favorite card.
okay.
Triskelion, that's my
Oh
favorite.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but no, it's not because of the Suchi. I can see that, but Suchi can just be. You can just play Juggernaut, so I don't. It's not because of Suchi. The problem is that if you play Mana Drain,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that Mana Drain is so powerful. It's a good card, but I think that Mind Twist is a good card. I think that Brain Geyser is a good card, and I think that sometimes Fireball can be a very good card.
Mm-hmm.
And this means that, okay, I have the opportunity to counter a Mind Twist for 7, but I only have 7 life. So
Yeah.
I have to choose. Do I take the risk of not discarding 7 cards? Of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
But the risk can mean that if I don't draw something that I can use the mana for, I'm dead. So
Yeah.
I'm
How many
getting
cards do you
punished
have?
for countering a Mind Twist,
4
or
cards in hand.
getting punished for countering a Brain Geyser. I don't think that's competitive at all.
When
And
that's
then you
the
could just
question
say,
after
okay,
a
don't
demonic
play
tutor,
Mana Drain, but
I get worried.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
my opinion.
Right.
And 5 untapped mana on the.
Yeah. So there's the one floating. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Mind Twist.
Yeah.
But his opponent
City
must
of
also
Brass,
be in some kind of
Mechanic,
trouble, because he hasn't got any creatures,
Factory,
and he
Distant
has the free factories, but they're
And
just mountains
I will pass the turn.
right now.
Yeah. It seems a bit tricky at the
There's the
moment.
white mana.
He needs to
Yeah,
have
now
some
Simon-
sort of answer for Simon
Some might
Suchi
get there.
at least.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, now Simon has 6 mana. That means if he
Go ahead.
he can play anything he draws.
Yeah.
Attack. Go.
Could be a
Oh,
quick match.
geez. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have taken
I
the
don't
answer.
think he's going to draw anything.
Attack.
No, maybe that Blood Moon did worse to himself than Simon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind
man.
of seems like it. Oh,
Good game.
wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Should have taken the shatter.
What did he have in
Yeah.
hand? Okay, that's a quick
I
I
figured
match.
think
surely I would
he
draw something
he
better.
basically only had lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, more land. There it was, 2 away.
Yeah.
More land
Oh,
coming.
that's tough.
Well, good
Yeah,
game.
It's a tough one
Yeah,
to
interesting
lose.
at least.
It is.
Yeah.
And actually quite fast.
I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
off Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk to the guys.
Well, I hope your
Yeah.
stream turns out well.
Yeah, I think it would. It did. So.
It was nice to meet you guys.
All right. Wow, that was some quick games.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out if you don't kill a Suchi, you will lose in about 5 turns.
Yeah, yeah. It was a hard one.
That's my fault. I could have taken a shatter. I chose to risk it and assume I would draw an answer since I had mostly land already, I figured. But that's how it goes.
Yeah. That's
Good
part
game,
of
well done.
Magic, I guess. Sometimes it's rough with only like getting lands and stuff. So, or even like when you're getting mana screwed, or yeah. So. But I don't know, Henrik, do you have anything
Doug,
to add?
were you playing the Pump Knights?
No.
No.
You wouldn't know it from those games. I'm playing Disco Troll.
Oh, okay. We thought it was Disco
Oh,
Troll,
okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Right.
But we also wondered why you didn't get to draw a Niral's Disc.
I was going to. So my options were this. I was gonna either go get this,
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know that
my
one.
blood
Yeah.
moon
Okay, yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
or I figured I have 4 trolls, 4 discs, one of those, and 4 shatters.
Yeah.
So if I thought, well, if I empty his hand, surely I'll get one answer before I die in 5 turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
drew 4 more land. And,
Oh, that's tough.
That's
Yeah.
So that was a
brutal.
mistake. I shouldn't have done that, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. But
But I
it
was
was
afraid I'd
awesome
go
with
back,
the
and then like a Triskelion comes and I'm still.
yeah, but it was awesome to see you play the Blood Moon against Simon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug, something we always do when we have a new guest on is we ask what's your favorite card and why.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Diamond Valley.
Tom Valley, yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love to kill my own stuff.
Yeah.
The rook egg explains it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very much. Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite to do, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful too. Just I like to look at it.
Yeah, it's a great card. One of my favorites too.
Excellent.
Yeah. But thanks for sharing.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
Same
rest
to
of
you,
your
Doug.
evening.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, that was quick matches.
Yeah, that was very quick.
Everything is screwed now.
Yeah. So Simon, we were talking about your deck in the stream, and what was the feeling when the blood moon came down? You didn't feel it was a problem, did you?
I had one Trisk, one Suchi, and all the rest of my hand was lands.
Yeah.
And I had 2 workshops and 1 library, so everything getting turned into mountains. I thought, fuck. But then again, I could cast my creatures, but I knew the it would be a long road to get there. But yeah. So,
Yeah, but if we talked about that sometimes if you're playing red, Circle of Protection is the worst card your opponent can play. And we talked about okay, maybe the Blood Moon is not that great, but we even talked about making a workshop deck with Blood Moon in it in the main deck itself. So
yeah.
So, but you got there with the Suchi, and your opponent said he couldn't draw any of his outs. So
Yeah, because you had like 13 outs, I think. So,
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So it was. I'm not gonna say I'm sad about it, but because I won, but it was
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen more Disco Troll, but
Yeah.
I'm relieved I didn't.
Yeah. But it's always fun to win when both players play the max. But sometimes you just get mana screwed or you get mana flooded, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. So yeah, I don't have anything more for the stream. Do you, Martin?
Not really, other than it really went fast.
Yeah.
So like we didn't see much of Dog's deck. So but yeah, we had our suspicion about it was probably disc control or something. But it was kind of fun. Like we in the first game we basically just saw his Stone Rain, and then we saw the Rugeg, and that was kind of it. So yeah, we were kind of suspicious about what was he actually playing. So but yeah, it went really fast. So yeah, short stream. But I don't know. Is there anyone else who's having any games or?
Yeah, I actually am. But I can we turn off the stream and then we could talk about it?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I also know that somebody else would like to get streamed. So
All right. Well, yeah. Sorry for the guys who just turned in. Like it. It was some quick matches. So yeah. You'll probably see more. Of me maybe a little bit, but mostly Simon, because we are supporting his streams and stuff. So yeah. Stay tuned for Simon's streams with Henrik. So yeah. Have a good night.